Hi you guys. So Jacqueline asked this question about how to create an umbrella like the one Teresa did. So I've transferred my little design onto the metal, as you can see there. And so the next thing we'll do is I'm just going to pop my little design onto one layer of my cloth. And then from the front, so I've transferred the design onto the front of my metal. And from the front, I'm going to draw in these little designs. I'm actually going to use my bigger tool to do this, just to get some nice deep grooves. So we start there in the center. Oopsie. There we go. And then from the front as well, we're going to do the outline. So as you can see, the metal is starting to lift a little bit. So I just want to make that nice and flat before I actually do my outline. Okay. So again, on one layer of my cloth, I just want to draw this outline quickly. And again, you always want to try and do these lines as far as you possibly can in one go. Because every time you lift your hand or you move your hand, you run the risk of creating those definite stop-start lines. Okay, so that's for the umbrella section. So again, just want to flatten it out, make it nice and straight. Then for the next step, I normally start on my hard surface. So I'm just going to flip it over and start pushing these lines out, these middle sections. So just color them in to start raising them. Okay, then we'll flip it over again, and that is what it looks like now. So you can decide whether you want to lift it more, whether you want a more rounded look to it. So we can do that. So again, this is the step I do very gradually. So on one layer of cloth, you just go and you color over it again, and that'll just create a more concave look on the front of your metal. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that's more, I think, a proper umbrella look. Okay, and so for the next step, you want to just run your finger over these bits to flatten that out, and then take a sharp paper pencil and just go over these lines. Just flatten the metal around those little edges. Okay, so this just tidies everything up nice and neatly. Okay, so once you've come this far, okay, we can quickly do the little umbrella handle. Let me just show you how I do that. So for that I used my nice sharp tip Teflon tool, and you just run over these lines. Again, from the back, we're raising them on the front of the metal. Like that. Okay, then again, take your finger and just run it over the edges. Then take your paper pencil and just straighten out the metal again. Okay, then I define it with my Teflon tool. So just on the outside of the raised line, just make it nice and crisp. Like that, and then flip it over again, and then you just take your paper pencil on a hard surface and we just color that in to raise the line again on the front. Okay, whoops, there we go. So there's our little umbrella. Jacqueline, I hope that answers your question, and if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to shout.